Meantime, South Dakota Congresswoman Noem says more federal money must be spent on law enforcement in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, she says between an increase in gun-related crime and overcrowding at the Minnehaha County Jail, a couple of changes need to be made, and they need to happen now. Many say Sioux Falls isn't the city it was even 2 years ago. Minnehaha County Sheriff Mike Milstad is one of them.
Shots fired in a neighborhood, shell casings found, no one at the scene, something we didn't used to hear about.
Milstad tells us that gun violence is the direct result of an increasing drug trade in Sioux Falls, fueled by drug cartels in Mexico.
We know in South Dakota probably 85 to 95% of our methamphetamine and heroin comes from south of the border.
Couldn't see what was going on.
Congresswoman Noem met with Milstad to hear his concerns and to see county jail overcrowding firsthand. She says what would help is getting more officers and more vehicles onto the streets, something that could be accomplished with federal COPS grant funding. But there's a curious fact when it comes to COPS grants in this county.
In the last 5 years, South Dakota's received over $13 million in COPS grants, but this county has not received any.
Noem says she is backing legislation to stem the flow of drugs over the border from Mexico and is trying to increase federal funding so counties nationwide can hire more deputies, at a time when Sioux Falls is getting a little more dangerous for both residents and officers.
Most of the incidences that they're a part of include guns, which was not necessarily true 3 or 4 years ago.
Noem also tells us she is hoping to secure federal funding for more programs focusing on drug prevention and drug rehab to try and ease the societal problems that addiction can create.